Hey y'all, Cooking, Cutting Up, Keeping It Real is spontaneously on location. My mother, when we put the cookbook out, I told y'all I was going to do a bonus recipe, and I didn't tell you what it was. And it's my mama's cheesecake. It's the best cheesecake you will ever put in your mouth. It's, I describe it as a New York cheesecake, but softer. Like it's not hard cheese, okay? I can't make it like she does. She's going to teach me how to make it today live. So I'm going to turn this camera around and let y'all meet my mom, which I've met her, but she's going to do her, what did you call it, Mama? 5-star?
5-star cheesecake.
Y'all, 5-star cheesecake. So here she goes. She's going to show you how to do it. All right, Mama. The people are ready.
Okay. I had started this when Lisa called me and said, Mama, I'm coming if you're making your cheesecake. So I have already prepared my crust, which is right here. Mm-hmm. And this is a 10-inch springform pan.
All
and
right.
that's what you need for this recipe.
Okay.
And in this, what I did was I mixed my graham crackers, my graham cracker crumbs, confectioner's sugar, and cinnamon sugar. Mm-hmm. And Lisa has the...
I'm going to post that.
Yeah, she's going to post it. And I mix all the dry ingredients together, and then I put the melted margarine. Today I put... I didn't put 1 1/4 stick is what the recipe calls for. I put a little less than 1 1/4 stick. But I am a person that measures everything.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
And when Lisa called me, I had all my ingredients out here measured,
Y'all,
ready
she
to mix.
cooks like Martha Stewart. Y'all know I don't do that, and that's why Mama don't come to my house to cook. If we're being honest, because she likes organization, and I just, fistful and all that.
Yeah.
Look, Darlene said, girl, your mama's beautiful. She is beautiful. Okay, now, Mama, tell them what, you had this at room temperature, correct?
Okay, everything that I had this morning was at room temperature because I was talking to Lisa's godmother, Vicky. You met her online. And while I was talking to her, I was doing all of this, and then I went and got ready for the day because I knew that I was going. Now I didn't know Lisa was coming, but I knew I was going to have other company.
Girl, y'all, she don't go nowhere without her makeup on now.
I don't open the door
No,
without my makeup.
No.
But anyway, so I had already started this when Lisa called and I said, I'm making my cheese. Well, Mama, let me come and film it. So everything's room temperature except these eggs. Now, you don't have to start at room temperature with eggs, but you do have to do this cream cheese. It has to sit out for several hours at room temperature.
Okay.
It can be in the package. You don't have to unwrap it, but it needs to be soft when you start.
Okay.
So what this recipe consists of, let me just go over that, and then I'll tell you as I'm mixing.
Kim thinks you look just like me. I'll take that as a compliment. Sure will.
Well, she is a chip off the old block.
I kind of am,
Yeah.
except I'm a little more messy than her.
Yeah, she's a little bit. She has a little Granny Ingle.
I
in
do.
her.
I do.
Yeah, that's
She's
Mike's
right.
mother.
She's telling the truth.
She raised 8 children and grew up on, and she lived on a farm, so she's got a little bit of Granny. Mm-hmm. But this recipe calls for 2.5 pounds of cream cheese, which is 5 packages of 8-ounce packages of cream cheese.
Okay.
1 3/4 cups of sugar, 3 tablespoons of plain flour, 5 egg yolks, and 5 large eggs. Not extra large, but large.
Okay.
So, and then one tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of orange juice, and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, which I don't have that out yet.
Get your lemon juice, girl.
And then, after we mix that up, we're going to fold in 1/4 cup of whipping cream, which I have already measured right here.
All right.
So let me get my orange juice.
Get your orange juice, honey.
And my lemon juice out. Then I have...
Sandra Woody said, hey, Diane.
Oh, hey, Sandra. I hope Sandra's going to come by and have a piece of cheesecake during Christmas.
Absolutely. Vicki Mortensen, listen, you know Vicki Mortensen that we went to church with.
Yes.
She says, 2 beautiful friends love you both, and that's sweet.
Oh.
Okay, so Mama, you're going to cream this?
Yes, and I have already been creaming this. I was creaming it when Lisa came. So this is what you want it. Of course, it was soft when we started, so this is what it's going to look like when you start adding your ingredients.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to add 1 egg at a time.
All right.
and mix that in. And normally I'll do this in my KitchenAid mixer, but as I was telling Lisa, I'm having a little problem with it, so today I'm using my hand mixer.
That other mixer got to go to the shop.
Yeah, and that shop's in Winston-Salem. It's not very convenient.
But now I'll tell you this, y'all, about this cheesecake. I've tried it. It's delicious, but mine cracks every time. So this cheesecake is one of those you have to follow it tooth and nail, right, Mama?
Yes.
Like there isn't any substituting on this. If you want to make this particular cheesecake, it's temperamental, so you've got to get the ingredients right from the beginning and measure them accurately.
And tell them about the water, Lisa, while I'm mixing this.
When my brother decided he was going to take over the cheesecake making for a while for the family, and he's a perfectionist too, like Mama. So he made like 25 cheesecakes to try to figure out the recipe. So in his oven, he puts a pan of water on the second rack at the bottom, right, Mom? And then the cheesecake's on the top rack. And you've got that in here, right?
Yes, I already have it in there. I'm preheating the oven.
She's already got it. What's your oven heating to, Mom?
Preheated to 425.
Okay, 425.
But now the thing is, it's only going to cook for, let me look at my recipe. You're only going to cook it on 425 for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Then you're going to reduce it to 200 degrees and continue cooking for 1 hour.
Okay.
Don't open the oven, just lower your temperature.
Okay.
And then what I do when my cheesecake is done, I turn the oven off and I open the door and I let it sit in there for at least an hour.
Okay.
And then after the cheesecake, you take it out, I let it cool completely in the pan.
I pinned the link here. Oh shoot, no I didn't. Keep talking, Mom, sorry.
I let it cool completely in the pan, and then I cover it up with saran wrap in the pan and put it in the refrigerator overnight. And then the next day is when I take it out of the pan. And what I try to do is get a really thin knife. This is the one I usually use. Just a really thin little knife. And I go very carefully around the outer edges of it,
Okay.
so that when you release it, hopefully it won't stick.
Right.
So, and I like to stop and get the cheesecake off the side so that we'll have all of this in there
And
getting ready to mix.
I'm gonna get to lick those batter.
Oh,
thing.
definitely, yeah.
You just put those to the side. Now, guys, listen. We were gonna do this, like, really plan it and have a cheesecake ready to show you, but it didn't work out that way. So, and it has to do with my back issues. You got to do what you got to do when you can do it. So, I'll show you a picture of it as soon as possible. I'll get Mama to take a picture with her iPad and send it to me. So I will post it. It won't be right this second though, okay?
But now look.
Let me get the consistency of that.
Okay, this is after you've done
That's
your
all
eggs.
Okay, go
Your
ahead.
eggs are in it.
All right.
Now we're going to add the sugar.
All right.
Now what Lisa didn't know is she had talked to me about this, and I said, well, honey, I'll go ahead and fry it, and I'll make the cheesecake, and then we'll have it on a nice plate ready to show your viewers what it looks like.
Right.
What she didn't know was I was going to give her that cheesecake for her Christmas, and then the one I made for you folks to show you how to do it, I was going to keep for my Christmas. But guess what? She surprised me today and said, "Oh, you're making your cheesecake?" Yes.
They're saying that it's cutting out, Mama, so I'm going to plug in this cord.
Okay.
It's not anything you're doing. You keep going. Linda says, hello from Alaska.
Oh, wow. Hello.
I know, right?
Well, so Lisa's not going to get to take her cheesecake home because she surprised me today by coming.
She'll bring it to me, though. Y'all, I'm the only daughter.
Okay, now
She'll bring it.
What we have here is the flour, 3
Okay.
tablespoons of flour.
Okay.
So I've mixed the sugar in, and now I'm going to mix the flour in, 3 tablespoons, which you'll see that on the recipe.
Debbie says she is so organized. Not me. I'm all over the place cooking. Debbie, you know I am too, girl. I am everywhere.
If I say anything to Lisa about anything she does, she says, "Mama, Mama." this blog is cooking, cutting up, and keeping it real. And this is the real part.
That's
Most
right.
people don't cook like you.
That's
Mama.
exactly
So
right.
that's what I hear a lot.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
She doesn't mind telling her mama what.
I don't. All right, now you've
So-
got your vanilla too, right, Mom?
I do have the vanilla.
Oh, we
And
got to do
here's-
the orange juice
Okay,
first.
here we are.
Okay.
We have done the cream cheese.
Uh-huh.
We creamed it. Then we added our sugar and mixed it well.
Hey, from Texas.
Then we did our tablespoons of flour and our eggs and egg yolks. And now we're getting ready to add the flavoring.
Kim, I cook all over the kitchen too. Listen, when I was taking home ec, Mama had to let me cook in high school, and I about drove her crazy. For sure. For reals.
Everybody cooks
Sherry says, hey,
differently.
Mama Engel, watching from Milan, Georgia.
Oh, wow. Hello. So glad that you have tuned in today.
I'm just glad that
Okay,
you're
we're
able to
going to
do it.
1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
See, y'all, Mama measures everything. She measures everything. And y'all know I just do a dub of this and that. But this is not one of those recipes. Even if I try to duplicate it, it's got to be exact.
Yeah, this is pretty much, I mean,
Debbie says she admires your organization.
oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. It drives some people crazy, but it's the only way I can operate.
Tony says my mama was like your mama, organized.
Well, look, if you're born with that gene, you can't help it.
For sure.
You can't help it. It's
Jamie
just-
says she cleans up while she cooks.
it's just part of who you are.
That's right.
Can't help it.
All right, so you put your orange juice and now your lemon juice. Y'all notice that she shook it so that it would kind of all be.
Especially, yeah, I like.
Hey, Dad.
Hey.
I like to shake everything to make sure it's.
Dad, we're live, so just come on in, but
Honey,
be
I'm
quiet
making-
for a minute.
I'm making my
Don't
cheesecake.
worry, I will.
Bless his heart.
Okay, we're going to put 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and we put 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then we put 1 teaspoon of orange juice, and now we put 2 teaspoons of lemon juice.
Okay.
And this is just the real lemon.
All right.
That's really nice for cooking and for anything else you want to use it for. And then we're going to mix this up well.
It does look amazing, Sherry. It's one of our family favorites, and that's why I wanted it, to share it special with you guys. And it's, I hope I can duplicate it at some point. My brother's got it down to a pat. I mean, seriously.
He's already
Cheryl
made-
said, I love your parents. I do too. They're sweet.
He's already made 2, he told me yesterday, and I said, oh, son, are you bringing one here
Yeah.
for Christmas Day? He said, Mama, I don't think so. So I think he had somewhere else
Maybe
he
he's
was
bringing it
taking
to
them.
his favorite sister.
So I said, oh, that's okay.
Probably not.
That's okay. I'm making one. So.
Lemon, orange, and vanilla. Yes, it's orange juice, lemon, and vanilla. And look, y'all, I'm going to post the recipe as soon as we finish this segment. I've got a picture of it already. Lisa, she needs a new kitchen. Look, Kim, she's got a KitchenAid, and she tried to use it, and it was like hopping. So it's got to go to the shop because it's
Yeah.
broke.
After Christmas.
After Christmas,
After
so-
Christmas. But now this is the way I started. I never had a KitchenAid.
Sharon says, I am supposed to be cleaning my house. See, she I know we're distracting you, aren't we, Sharon? Okay, Mom. Now,
Well, now listen. This is the way I mixed this cheesecake for years because
Okay.
I didn't have a KitchenAid until about 10 years ago.
right.
So this is just, and most people have this kind of mixer. So show them how the batter looks, Lisa.
All right.
Okay.
Pull it up closer to me, Mom. There
Okay,
you
it's
go.
real smooth and creamy.
Y'all, she ain't gonna stick her fingers in the lid, I'm gonna tell y'all.
Oh no, no.
That's what I do.
No, I don't stick my fingers in anything. Not even when I'm eating food.
She doesn't.
I cut it up.
Look, somebody says they just love our southern accents.
Oh, I love other people's accents too.
All right, just put
Now-
those on the plate, Mom, so I can lick them.
Okay.
Or just give me one, I'll lick it while
Here's
we're...
what we're gonna. Wait a minute. Let me give it to you on the plate later.
Okay, there you
because,
go. All right, go ahead.
Okay. What we're gonna do now, and this is important in this recipe. This is 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, and of course you don't shake it or anything, and you just put that in there. The last thing, and we're gonna fold it in.
Okay.
And if you don't have one of these,
Sherry
you
says,
can-
I want to make this for sure.
you can use anything. And this, I have never met anybody that didn't love this recipe.
True.
And if you want to play with the flavorings, if the flavorings don't suit you, when I discovered this recipe about, what would you say, 30 years ago?
Didn't we get it from Carol Simpson?
Yep, your teacher.
Yeah, she's on here a lot.
Well, Lisa's teacher, Mrs. Simpson.
6th grade, y'all spent a long time.
Shared it with us when Lisa was in the 6th grade. And I've changed it just a little bit. The crust, I started putting the confectioner's sugar instead of sugar because it makes it not quite so hard. And then I've changed the flavorings a little bit. So, that's kind of what you do when you get a recipe. You cook it and you cook it and you cook it, and then you say, well, I'm going to add this or that. So this is my version of this recipe.
And it is smooth. Everything is really well blended. There's no lumps or bumps in it, y'all.
And you just sort of
Linda says that's all I've had for 47 years is a hand mixer.
Me too. That's all I had until my cousins gave me one.
Winterfred is watching. Winterfred.
Oh,
this is the cheesecake that I've never been able to duplicate.
Well, now here we're getting ready to put this baby in.
Probably because I'm not as patient as Mama.
Put this baby in the pan.
I have both. I always end up using a hand mixer, right? I know Sharon. Mama doesn't use her hand mixer a lot either. That's why she didn't know it was broke.
Yeah, you mean my
your KitchenAid, sorry.
Yeah, the KitchenAid mixer I don't use
I'm
a lot.
surprised too, because man, KitchenAid lasts a lifetime.
Do you want me to put this over here? I've made a little mess on the
No, just bring your crust over here.
I usually wipe everything up while I'm cooking, but since Lisa's filming, I'm not going to be cleaning while I'm cooking.
Yeah, I had to give her some instructions.
She'll fuss at me if I start all that. Now, Mama.
I won't fuss on live.
She'll say, now, Mama.
Mama, get on with it.
Yeah, Mama, I gotta go. I can't be messing around here.
Y'all, Mama called this morning about 4 times, and I couldn't take the call. And when I did call her back, she said, well, I'm watching you on Facebook. That's the only way I can find out what's going on these days.
Well, actually, I had it sitting right here on the counter listening to her when the phone rang, because I'd already tried to call her, getting ready to start my cheesecake process.
I'm just glad it worked out today.
Well,
Honestly.
because we didn't think we were going to have time to do it.
It's all right, Dad.
Because Lisa didn't want to miss the Wake Forest game tomorrow to come over here.
That's right. Baby boy is in
So
Birmingham.
I intended to cook this today and have a pretty cheesecake.
It's going to be on ESPN at noon.
ESPN.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Yep.
like any bubbles.
And I think they're dressing him, y'all.
Now,
I think he's going to be in uniform.
You and Lisa quit talking about that. I'm
All right,
cooking
let's
my
wrap this
cheesecake.
up. Go ahead.
So I like to get the bubbles out of mine.
And y'all wonder why I'm crazy.
Okay. Now, I have my pan of water already in there and it's been heating.
Wouldn't it be terrible if you
So-
dropped all that?
Don't even say that.
Shoo!
Don't even mention it.
Wow.
So we're going to put, and I like to center mine in the center of the oven. Now, I've had all kinds of things happen during the years that I've been doing this, and one of the things is don't forget to get your
Timer.
out. And so the recipe says 15 minutes. Now, 15 minutes, and then, because I can get busy and I have to carry this around because I'm a multitasker.
She sees squirrels, y'all.
I do, and the only way I can get anything done is to, just
Have a
keep
timer.
going.
Okay, so we're going to set the
15
timer.
minutes on 425. Then we're going to reduce the heat to 200 degrees.
Okay.
Cook it for 1 hour.
Okay.
And so then we'd put our timer on an hour for the 200.
Okay.
Do not open the door.
All right.
And when it's done, you're going to turn it off, open the door, and let it sit for an hour before you even bring it out to cool.
All right.
Then you want to completely cool it. Cover your spring foam pan
Yeah, she's on that thing, Dad.
with some saran wrap or whatever you prefer.
Dad, come over
And-
here and kiss her
and
for the end of the
refrigerate it.
segment.
Refrigerate it overnight.
Okay.
Then
Oh, she
do
on
your
there?
Yeah, look.
plate your dessert the next day, and you'll be.
All right, so Mom, wind it up for me, and then I'm gonna finish the segment. It's kind of like that last prayer at the Baptist church.
Okay, well, I'll just say this: if you want
What
to
do they
make
call it?
if you want
The
to make
benediction.
if you want to make a hit with your friends and family, then you cook this cheesecake, and they're going to really give you some rave reviews.
For sure.
Yeah, and you know, if you spend all this time in the kitchen cooking, some people will say, well, I don't like to cook, or I just buy something and serve it. I'll say, well, you know, I kind of like to get the credit for it if it's good. I like to get all those compliments. Oh, this is the best potato salad
For
I've
sure.
ever eaten.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You
So-
cook because you love people.
Yeah,
That's right.
Absolutely. So,
All right,
Merry,
so
Merry
cooking,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
and cooking, cutting up. With Mama in her kitchen, and me and Daddy are going to lick the batter bowl.
Yes.
Sorry y'all can't taste it. It should be Taste-O-Vision for